Hello guys, and welcome back for another video. We're at the homestead again. Imagine that. We got to get some things done here. It's cold. The water and all the puddles is frozen, so we got to get some stuff done on this property before it's too cold to get it done. So one of the big things we need to do is need to get the well geared up. It's buried. Got to get a new water line, new electrical line, all that sort of stuff. So I've got the 4-ton here. We got to get the mulcher off. We've got a crew coming today to put the extension on the well. So I got to get the mulcher off, get the bucket on, hook up to the truck just so the trailer doesn't tip and fall all over this place. But let's see what we got. All right, so as you can see, the well is right down there. So I've got to get down like 12 inches all around that so that the well guys can hook onto that, bring the casing up. So we got to bring it up above ground, and then I need to run the new water line from there to the house and the new electrical line. So I got to get the electrical disconnected here, get all that done. It's 10 after 8 right now. They're coming at 9, so I got to get at it. So I got to get this off and get the bucket on. Oh yeah, I'll come just so let's get her done. So now we just wait for the experts. It's all exposed and ready to go. There's another line coming off. I don't even know where that was supposed to be going to, but anyway, we'll wait till they get here and figure out what's going on. So then, you know, once this is raised up, like I said, I do need to run the new electrical, which you can see is ripped, and the new water line from there all the way to the house. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put the electrical in conduit. Just because a lot of people don't, I guess, but peace of mind, I'm gonna do that. And I'm probably gonna put a nice bed of gravel down there too, because I don't want anything puncturing the water line, go through all that work and then have a broken water line. So wait till they get here. All right guys, so here we got the electrical in. I used 2-inch conduit just to protect the electrical line. And then the connection from the well, the electrical from the well to the line that goes from the house is inside the well. So we got 150 feet roughly from here up to the house. And the pump was 130 feet in the ground, and we got 60 feet of sump. So quite a bit of water. Shouldn't have any worries about that. They sold me the wrong pipe, so I had to just use tape to put these connections together. But that's fine, it just protects. The electrical comes up here, and then I got the 1-inch water line going through, joining there into the house. And now we're running the water line, so I gotta pull this out, start the water line back here. But first I'm going to put the bucket on, or the loader on the tractor for the first time. See if I can figure out how to do that again. And put some Class A in here. A nice bed of Class A, good 6 inches over top of this pipe. Run the water line and then put more over top. Do our safety flagging for electrical. And that's it. Beautiful, beautiful day here. All right, so electrical water line all hooked up in a nice bed of Class A, covering it over, you know, good 6 inches to a foot, coming up through here, and where it joins, where the coupler is, we've got some gravel over top of that, just holding it down where we want it. There's the coupler, join the two lengths together, and then I drug it through the hose. We got a good 20 feet in there, just extra. What's going on, buddy? Coming through. There's the electrical, water. Through. So when it's all said and done, back there at the foundation, I'm gonna put some quick plug cement around it. But now, yeah, it's just filling this full of Class A and then jump back in the excavator and start pulling these piles in. And that's it. That's all she wrote. New water line, new electrical, well extended. Knock it off the list. Alright guys, so here we are back to finish off this new water line, new electrical line job here at the homestead. So you could definitely do this in one day, no problems. If you had a couple guys, you got the tractor, that really came in handy. The first time I used the tractor with the bucket on it, the loader on it, man, did it ever come in handy for getting the gravel in here. And yeah, you could definitely do this in a day if you had a couple guys, one guy in the machine, guy in the trench, guy in the tractor, start to finish, no problems whatsoever. Me, I've got a million things going on right now, and I'm doing this basically by myself. My father came over and helped me run the new electrical and the water line in the trench, which without him here, it would have been a pain. Having that second guy was big. So they loaded and delivered me the wrong pipe. So the pipe was just, both ends were both male ends. There was no coupler. So I actually had purchased, I had ordered, they dropped off as well, the actual PVC glue and 2 elbows for getting me around that corner and getting me around the corner up by the steps, but couldn't use them. And no sense using them because I had to join the pipes together with the electrical tape, which obviously if this was a actual like water line, pressure line, you're not going to be able to do that. But this is 2-inch line, and all it is to protect the electrical. And typically what you would do is you would do your water line beneath and then your electrical above, and then you separate those by 6 inches at least. And then once you come up and I'm gonna put a lift of soil in, and then I'm gonna run the red warning electrical tape along there, so that if you ever had to replace your electrical, you're not gonna damage your water line. As long as you're careful, you can replace your electrical without damaging your water line. But with this setup here, with the 2-inch conduit pipe, you could actually pull the electrical line through from this end or from the house end. You just disconnect one side, pull it through, tie a rope onto it, and then if you need put new electrical line in, then you just pull it back through and you're done. So with the 2-inch line, you should get away with that. It shouldn't really snag up. So that's the reason why I went with that. For one reason, it's easier to use to get the wire pushed through, to start fishing it through, and then if I needed to replace it down the road, I can just yank on it and pull it through. So you've seen we got Class A, the electrical line, the conduit is Class A. The water line is Class 8. I'm going to put one more bucket of Class A in here over top of the water line down there. And then I'm going to start backfilling with normal soil. So this soil is really nice soil, and there was no Class A in the ground for the existing water line or the electrical line. I could have got away without using Class A, but I just feel better that way. And if this was in a high traffic area, like if it had to go through the driveway or something like that, I probably would have used crusher dust or sand, just a little more peace of mind. But also, if you see, I've got dirt pile on this side, and then up here I've got dirt pile on that side. The reason for that is because my Class A pile is over there, my septic is here, so I'm coming around with the tractor in here and dumping. Obviously I can't get back there to dump it, so that's why the pile's on this side. And then when you come up to the house, there's not enough room to come in and get turned around and swing in with the tractor. So that's why this is piled on this side. So then I came around the house this side with the tractor and dumped in. So up here by the steps, there's still a little bit of handwork up here because the steps are in the way. So I just dumped, this is done. Over here I just dumped the load. Here, I'll grab it with the shovel, fire it in here. And I'm not going to go too crazy with this because the step is coming out. 2 new footings are going in here. So I'm just going to pull these out of the way, actually move these steps back to the front of the house. And yeah, so there's where the water line goes through. The blue line, electrical, is the black line. I just joined it on right here. So I'm going to take some quick plug cement once I'm all said and done here, and I'm going to plug that hole off with quick plug cement, and that's it. Job done. There's the old line. So I took off my excavation bucket and put on my cleanup bucket. Just makes it much easier to use, and it actually holds more volume inside of that bucket. So at this point, I'm going to dump one more load of Class A in there around the water line and start backfilling this bugger. So I got around the wellhead backfilled. I'm gonna touch this up, obviously. We have a ton of rain coming in tomorrow, so my biggest priority is to get the trench done so that it's not full of water. If I have time, I'm gonna dress this all up, make it look pretty, but we will see. So you can see I have the danger red flagging tape in the pit, and I just ran it up as far as up here because that's as far as I can backfill until I jump over to the other side. So I'm gonna get this section done first, and then I'll go around the house, jump on this side, and finish that side off. But so, you know, personal homeowners probably typically wouldn't do this, but honestly it takes 5 minutes. Why not do it? And then if down the road we end up selling the property, someone doesn't know where things are, you know, you could be digging out here for whatever reason, I don't know, who knows what, but now you know, whoa, what's going on, there's something here. But I also did draw up a plot with measurements from the corner of the house. You know, you can see the wellhead obviously, but I took some measurements and marked those down, and of course photos, so we know where everything's at. And if we ever did sell the place, then they know where things are at. It's just peace of mind. So the first round of cleanup and backfilling is done. Now I need to remove some of the excess material. I am going to leave this a little bit high compared to, you know, the rest of the land here, as long as the soil is good, which it is good. So I'm not really going to need much topsoil to grow grass back on this. But you know, you think about it, we basically used a tandem load of type 1 in this trench. So, you know, common sense and math would tell you that that much has to come out of here. So you can see we've got some left on both sides. I picked all the rocks out of it because I don't want that back in the trench. And we got some up here. So I'm going to start my way down here and just start coming back and putting it in the trailer and taking it over where the garage pad's going, dumping it over the bank, and you know, that's it. So you're doing this type of work, you know, obviously this is for myself, but if you're doing this type of work, you got to have the proper stuff. Now a tandem would be great, but with a little 4-ton, honestly the dump trailer or a single axle truck is perfect for doing jobs like this. But yeah, we're just gonna start cleaning this up, and if I have time today, I'll give it a little rake, because it will be, you know, some rocks laying around, and clean those up. But so far she's looking pretty good. Well, okay, we are done for now. And I say for now because there is still some worker to do, raking up all these rocks, putting them in piles, leveling this out, and I probably will put a thin layer of topsoil on top and then seed it. But it's Sunday and I'm gonna go home and spend some time with the family. The big reason why I wanted to get down here and get this done today was because we're supposed to get a crap load of rain tomorrow, and it would have just been a mess trying to deal with this stuff in the rain. The day after the rain, the trench would have been full of mud, water, just would not have been good. So came down, knocked it off, got it done. I mean, it is looking pretty good, but you know, you can see all these rocks here are gonna be raked up. I threw some big rocks off to the side. There's some clumps of sod still to be cleaned up, but we now have a brand new water line and a new electrical line run from the well to the house, and the well is now above ground where it should be. So much easier to deal with. If you have any problems with your water line, your electrical, whatever, it is all accessible now. So the electrical comes up this pipe, and my connection where the wires come off the pipe from the wires from the hose are made inside the wellhead, inside the cap. And I mean the pump's below ground. It's called a pitless, down the bottom where that's where your water line actually comes out of and goes up to the house. So now that project is done. That feels good. Well, you know, mostly done. It's nice to knock things off the list here because there's just so many things to do. Up here, I'll probably end up just turning this into grass because I don't think we're gonna wrap the deck around this side. I think we're just gonna have a deck on the front. So we'll have to wait and see about that. But this will probably just end up being grass. So then I'll, you know, obviously touch this up some more and seed it, turn into some nice grass, I would imagine, but who knows. And then under here, I do have the pipe. The pipe's covered with Class A. And once we get the steps out of the way, I'm gonna put those 2 footings in that are right there. And then I'll fill this in, cover it up, do the quick set cement over here, the quick plug. And yeah, that's it. Should be done. Move on to the next one. Garage pad and everything else that has to be done here. So anyway, guys, that is it for this one. Feels great to have that done and, you know, showing you guys how it's done along the way. Any questions at all, let me know. Anything you guys do different, you know, let me know too. There's always could be better ways out there of doing things. But for now, that's it. So you know what to do. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.